y'all doing?
Good.
I'm gonna ask one more time, how y'all doing?
Good.
Look at your neighbor, say neighbor. If you get to napping, I'm gonna get to slapping. I need y'all dozing off on me, going to sleep on me while we're talking about this. I love talking about this particular issue because I like assisting minority businesses, black businesses. I get the opportunity to observe and listen and learn, and one of the most common things that I hear all the time is, well, my problem is I try to get somebody to work for me, they don't want to do right, they want to do this on the clock, they want to do that on the clock, and they don't want to come to work and things of that nature, so they talk about that often. And one of the things that I come to realize after asking several questions is that they don't effectively train the employees that they have, and there's no real ethics being taught and discussed. You know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, I got this business, I need you to come go to work for me, and that's it. There has to be some employee ethics in different trainings, and we have to have ethics among each other while doing business. Am I making sense? Okay. What are employee ethics? Employee ethics are a set of principles that forms the rules of conduct for a group of people, such as a business. Ethics focus on day-to-day behavior and decision-making. Employee ethics apply to people at all levels of the organization and help to determine the success of that organization. So the success of that organization is based off of the employee ethics that is within that organization, within that business. And if these things are not in place and they're not enforced or they're not discussed, that business is not going to get the level of success that they are looking for. Why are ethics important? There's a lot of data that supports the importance of workplace ethics. Ethical businesses are more successful than their industry competitors. I'll say that again. Ethical businesses are more successful than their industry competitors. See, a lot of times people complain about the lack of success that's within their business. And whenever you find out, when you scratch the surface and you find out there's not a lot of ethics training, there's not a lot of ethics among the individual who own the business, then we get to find out and see why there's a lack of success. Examples of ethical behavior in the workplace include respecting all, everybody say all of one's colleagues, all of the customers, all of the vendors, choosing to work with suppliers that source materials, responsibility, and comply with the company's code of conduct policy. So we have to have ethics among everybody available in that business. Everybody that we're doing business with, we have to have ethics. If not, we're going to have a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of unfortunate things that's going to transpire within our business, and is going to cause us to not experience the success that we're looking for. Examples. Chick-fil-A is inching closer. This is a quote from Business Insider. It said Chick-fil-A is inching closer to McDonald's title of the biggest fast food chain in America. Did y'all hear that? It said Chick-fil-A is inching closer to McDonald's title of the biggest fast food chain in America. This chain managed to make more money than rivals such as Taco Bell, Burger King, and Wendy's that have more than twice as many locations in America. So all of these chains have more locations than Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A is making more money than a lot of these individual chain restaurants. Why is that? Why y'all think that is? The way they treat their employees, the way they treat the customers, the way they, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to pay attention to how they deal with each other. Pay attention to that. When you go to Chick-fil-A, it is an experience. Right. They're going to make you feel important. They're going to make you feel significant. It was a pleasure serving you, sir.
And they pay well.
You
Like,
heard what she
they
said?
pay well.
Oh, they pay well too.
Yeah, they pay well.
They pay well too. So all of these things come into play to cause them to experience the success that they are experiencing. All right. Defining unethical behavior. Everybody say unethical behavior. Unethical employee behaviors often include taking home office supplies, over-reporting hours worked or miles driven for business, and taking excessive breaks or sick days. We don't have no employees that function like that, right? None of us that have businesses have employees that function like that. Matter of fact, none of us that are employees, we don't do things like that, right? We don't operate with with unethical behavior like that. We don't call in sick when we ain't sick, right? We don't do that. We don't take excessive breaks. If we got a 30-minute break, we just take 30 minutes and that's it, right? We clock right back in, right? Though the people that work for us, they don't take excessive breaks. They take 30 minutes and then they back on the clock, right?
Right.
All right. Somebody in here with me. Somebody in here with me. Using company technology for personal reasons. This is unethical behavior. So if you have people that work for you and they are using the company technology for personal things, they're printing off stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're using the printer. They're using the ink in the printer. You get what I'm saying? These are things that we don't do. These are unethical behavior that we don't do, right? Say, we don't do that. No doubt, no doubt. Surfing the internet, shopping online, or texting, doing social media by phone is another form of unethical behavior. None of us do that. We're not making TikTok videos at work, right?
Never heard of it.
We're not doing Facebook Lives at work. People that work for us don't do that, right? People that work for us are not on Facebook while they're on the clock, right? Of course not. Because we don't have unethical behavior in our businesses, right?
Right.
Okay. Promoting and supporting the importance of workplace ethics reduces these behaviors. So if we were to present this type of information and train our employees, and we're able to discuss these things among each other in terms of us while we're doing business with each other, these things will reduce these things. Because a lot of people, because they're so focused on the trending topic on Facebook, they forgot about what needs to be done in the midst of what we're setting out to do in our business. So instead of them being focused on the service that need to be provided in our business, if we focused on the trending topic on Facebook, we're not going to be able to effectively give the customer service that is needed. We're not going to be able to care for our customers as they need the care. So we have to share information like this and discuss information like this. All right. Here's the fun part. Everybody ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk about the management's role in behavior management. All right. Now, those of us who are managers, those of us who own businesses, those of us who are in leadership positions, this is for you. This is for you. Employees observe and copy the behavior of their team leaders. I'll say that again. Employees observe and copy the behavior of their team leaders, the managers, and the organizational leadership. So the employees, those that we hire, they are observing us. Those of us who are in leadership, those of us who are in management, they are observing us. They're observing our behavior. They're observing how we handle business. They're observing how we do social media during business time. They're observing how we're taking longer than normal breaks and things of that nature. They are watching us. They're watching us gossip in the break room. They're watching us dog out people on the team behind their back. They watching us do that. And so guess what? They're going to copy that behavior. And they're going to function in that same manner. And as a result, that will affect the business at hand. If a person in a leadership position demonstrates unethical behavior, such as treating others with disrespect, employees will follow that example. So if we're disrespectful to people in the organization, whether it's the people that's doing sanitation or it's the people that's in management also, if we exemplify disrespect to anybody in that organization, those that are working in that organization, by their observation of our treatment for the people within that organization, they will follow suit and do the same thing. So if the people in the organization observe you cuss out the dishwasher and mistreat the dishwasher, talk bad about the dishwasher, guess what the rest of the employees are going to do to the dishwasher? Show honor to the dishwasher. Show love and respect to the dishwasher. Guess what the rest of the employees are going to do? They're going to follow suit and do the same thing. Those who supervise others must constantly demonstrate all of these categories of ethical behavior. In addition, they are responsible for ensuring that their employees understand the code of ethics and that performance standards includes ethical behavior. So we have a responsibility to not only teach and instruct these different things in terms of ethics among our business partners, among those who work for us, those who work with us. We have a responsibility to teach and train, but not only teach and train, we have to exemplify. Everybody say exemplify.
Exemplify.
Your example should speak so loud that they can't hear what you have to say. I'll say that again. Your example should speak so loud that they can't hear what you have to say. And so we have to be intentional. We have to be intentional with understanding and knowing that who we are is so highly regarded, because at the end of the day, with you being business owners, with you being in management, with you being in positions of leadership, you are looked at highly. You are revered. You are seen as someone of substance. You are seen as someone who is to be revered. And so your example, whatever you present to the people, they are going to admire that, and they are going to take that, and they're going to reproduce what you present. So we want our businesses to thrive. If we want to create an environment where people feel safe. When we have ethical businesses, the people within that business, they feel safe. And if people feel safe, they're able to operate at their highest potential. And if they operate at their highest potential, that means numbers for your business. But if people come into the business and they don't feel safe, if they don't feel cared for, if they don't feel loved, so if they come into work and they observe you in leadership dogging somebody out that's among the organization, guess what they're going to say within themselves? They'll do me like that when I ain't around. So as a result, they're not going to feel safe. And if they don't feel safe, they're not going to put out their highest level of performance. And so we have to be very intentional with our example when it comes to business ethics, and that we operate and function on a higher level of excellence and integrity. And whenever we do that, those that work for us, those that work with us, they feel safe, and they're going to be able to provide that high level of performance that you need in your business. All right, that's the end of my presentations. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns that anyone may have?
Well, I will offer an add-on to what you just said. Failure by management to pay a livable wages could also constitute being unethical in the way we deal with our employees. That is probably one of the largest disagreement and the most common agreement that's out there, especially at a time when we have CEOs who make 100 to 200 times more than the average employee. That's a disgrace. We have companies like Bezos, Amazon, who think $15 an hour is a good wage when he spends $15 billion to fly a plane out of space or into the stratosphere. So we have to look at that also as being part of the problem. And for black people, it's definitely a problem. So when we talk about, being ethical with our employees, we have to look at it from wage and other incentives as well. If we want to be just. And it always starts at the top. So if you have a company, and I'm going to use McDonald's because you brought it up, because I used to frequent McDonald's from time to time. I never used to go to Chick-fil-A because of just their moral values and the way that their upper leadership have demonstrated towards their views towards black Americans. But I, most recently, probably within the last year, I began to frequent Chick-fil-A, and there is definitely a degree of excellency going on there when you compare it to these other restaurants around town, the Burger Kings, the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, Wendy's, and so forth. So, and it starts at the top. So if you have a criminal-minded board president at the top, it's definitely going to take it down. So whenever I go into a restaurant and my service is bad from that employee, I'm not really looking at the employee as the perpetrator of it. I'm looking at that management, that direct management, and then on up above. But that's my add-on to that. Thanks.
Anybody else had any questions, comments pertaining to the information that I shared tonight? Nobody? Okay. Cool. Well, I will yield the mic. Thank y'all so very much. We have a question or comment?
No, it's just a comment. I just want to say thanks.
Oh.
Because you did a good job. Yeah, I just want to say thank you. You did a very good job, and the information you gave was very powerful and necessary.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Also, brother, you got a book called The 1 Minute Manager. I think that would be a great book for people to read.
Okay, The 1 Minute Manager.
Yeah.
Okay, he said there's a book called The 1 Minute Manager that y'all may want to take a look at. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? We good? All right. Thank y'all so very much. Please follow me on social media. All social media outlets. You can find me Lplike Paul. That's LPLIKEPAUL. That's Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all that other good stuff. And thank you again so very much for having me out. I appreciate the opportunity, man. I love getting the opportunity to share and just spend time with y'all, man. I learned a lot, and I appreciate everything that y'all are doing.
Yeah, let's thank Like Paul for his great presentation. It was very concise and helpful, and I'm sure you're available to train organizations, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so get with him.